Has this ever happened to you? You sit down to work, maybe to prepare for an exam or finish a project at work. But despite your good intentions, you find yourself distracted. First, you check your email, then your phone, then maybe even go for a snack, and suddenly half an hour or even an hour has passed. Worst of all, you have nothing to show for it. No matter how motivated you were to begin with, you're now exhausted, frustrated, and maybe even a little bit guilty. How did I waste so much time? This struggle is universal. We all face moments where focusing on the task at hand seems impossible. And as adults, there are added layers to this challenge. We juggle careers, personal lives, and responsibilities, making focused work even harder. But here's the good news. Concentration is a skill you can improve, not a character flaw you were born with. By understanding why we lose focus as adults and implementing simple yet effective strategies, you can transform those unproductive hours into focused work sessions. In this video, I'll delve into common reasons why adults struggle to concentrate. But more importantly, I'll provide practical tips backed by science that will help you regain control over your time and boost your productivity. These techniques are not about brute forcing your way through tasks. They're about working smarter, not harder. So, whether you're facing distractions, feeling mentally fatigued, or simply trying to make the most of your day, stay tuned. I'm here to help you unlock your full potential. Let's embark on this journey to rediscover the power of focus together. Now let's move on to the first reason why adults lose focus. As we navigate our daily lives, we're bombarded with information from various sources like smartphones, social media, emails, and more. This constant digital noise acts as a magnet for our attention, pulling us away from the task at hand. Consider this. You're engrossed in a task when suddenly your phone vibrates with a notification. Without conscious thought, you find yourself reaching out to check it. Before you know it, you've diverted from your original task and wasted valuable time. Emails, too, often disrupt our focus. The mere sight of an incoming message can trigger a mental distraction. We might convince ourselves, "I'll just quickly check it," only to find that several minutes have slipped by. This pattern of distraction becomes problematic. Research shows that frequent interruptions can significantly reduce productivity and impair our ability to concentrate. On average, it takes about 23 minutes for our brains to refocus after an interruption. This means that if you're constantly checking notifications or messages, you're spending far more time distracted than you realize. It's not your fault. Our brains have evolved to seek novelty and reward. Notifications exploit this natural tendency by providing instant gratification. However, by succumbing to these distractions, we train our brains to crave instant rewards, making it increasingly difficult to delay gratification and focus on long-term tasks. The second reason why adults lose focus is stress. When stress levels rise, our brains enter a state of constant alertness. This mode is designed to handle immediate threats, but in our daily lives, stress often stems from non-life-threatening situations like tight deadlines or complex projects. Still, our brains respond in the same way, diverting our attention from focused work to perceived threats. Picture this. You're working on a crucial presentation with a looming deadline. The pressure to deliver weighs heavily on your mind. As stress intensifies, your focus starts to slip. Your thoughts race, trying to manage tasks and meet the deadline. This mental chaos fragments your attention, making it difficult to remain immersed in a single task. Stress also affects our ability to concentrate due to hormonal changes. When stressed, our bodies release hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which are meant to boost our energy for a fight-or-flight response. However, prolonged exposure to these hormones can impair cognitive functions such as concentration and memory. Furthermore, chronic stress can lead to exhaustion, both physically and mentally. This exhaustion reduces our capacity to focus, making it harder to sustain attention over extended periods. According to a study by the American Institute of Stress, nearly 60% of employees attribute workplace stress to a lack of control over their work. This highlights how stress, often stemming from a lack of control, significantly impacts our concentration. Mental fatigue, the third reason why adults lose focus, is often overlooked. Just like physical fatigue, mental exhaustion impairs our ability to concentrate, but in a less obvious way. Imagine spending hours on demanding tasks without breaks. Initially, your focus might be strong, but as time passes, it wanes. Mental fatigue doesn't appear abruptly. It creeps in gradually. You might not realize you're losing focus until you've already spent a significant amount of time on a task without making much progress. This gradual decline can be deceptive, leading us to push through thinking we can maintain our initial level of productivity. The problem is that prolonged mental exertion depletes our cognitive resources, making it challenging to maintain concentration and increasing the likelihood of errors. In today's fast-paced world, many adults find themselves working for extended periods without adequate breaks. This can result in burnout, a state of physical, mental, or emotional exhaustion. Burnout not only diminishes our motivation, but also significantly affects our ability to concentrate. A study by the World Health Organization, WHO, recognizes burnout specifically as a psychological syndrome emerging as a prolonged response to chronic interpersonal stressors on the job. This underscores the detrimental impact of work-related stress on our mental health and concentration. So, how do we combat this issue? How do we retrain our brains to focus? To tackle this problem, we need a multi-pronged approach that addresses the root causes. Let me introduce you to some effective solutions to help you overcome these challenges and boost your concentration. These methods are not just theoretical, they're backed by science and proven to work in real-world scenarios. One approach is the 2-minute rule. Instead of overwhelming yourself by committing to a long work session, trick your brain by starting small. Tell yourself, "I'll just work for 2 minutes." This approach taps into the psychology of small wins. By achieving small victories, you build momentum and motivation to keep going. Another technique is breaking tasks into smaller pieces. Large tasks can be daunting, leading to procrastination or mental fatigue. Break projects into manageable chunks. For instance, instead of clean the entire house, break it down into wash the dishes or vacuum the living room. This creates a sense of progress and makes tasks less overwhelming. Next, consider time blocking with breaks, like the Pomodoro technique. Work intensely for 25-minute blocks, followed by 5-minute breaks. This structured approach combats mental fatigue and maintains productivity. Also, ensure you create a focus zone. Minimize distractions by silencing notifications, closing unnecessary tabs, and creating a dedicated workspace. This minimizes interruptions and trains your brain to associate that space with focus. Additionally, strengthen concentration like a muscle. Start with short focus sessions and gradually increase the duration. Over time, your brain adapts, boosting your concentration capacity. Lastly, practice a mind and body reset. Incorporate activities like sleep, hydration, and short walks to refresh your focus. Sometimes a break can be the best way to recharge and return to tasks with renewed concentration. In conclusion, concentration is a battle we all face, but you don't have to succumb to it. By recognizing the reasons behind your distractions and fatigue and implementing the strategies discussed, you can regain control. Remember, the key lies in understanding your adult brain's unique challenges and leveraging techniques that address them. Whether it's managing digital distractions, overcoming stress, or combating mental fatigue, you have the power to shift the narrative. Don't just accept distractions as a given. Don't resign yourself to stress or fatigue. Instead, confront these challenges head-on with the tools you now possess. You can transform your struggle for focus into a victory. Reclaim your time, boost your productivity, and experience the satisfaction of working life on your own terms. The power to focus, to excel, and to achieve is within your grasp. Are you ready to seize it? And if this video resonated with you, please share it with someone who might benefit from these tips. Together, let's make this knowledge a catalyst for positive change. Thank you for watching.